evening planned for tonight. I think you're going to see some surprises. You're going to see some faces that you didn't imagine would look that way. And
I resent that.
what I'd like to do is read you a short little excerpt from the Phoenix Lectures by L. Ron Hubbard. An individual who can freely and with a clear heart do things because they're fun is a very sane person. He's in good shape. And now, I would like to introduce you to the president of CC Chicago, the sophisticated, tasteful Lorraine Menkhaus.
I've been a little bit busy since I last saw you. I've been doing a lot of disseminating. How it goes out there. And later on when we have a break, I want you to have a drink to my baby here. You know, you want us to take care of the little ones, you know, that's how that goes. But you know, I found some time to come in off the streets. It was awful busy, so that I could be here because I needed to welcome you to this event, you know, Celebrity Center Chicago. And I really want you to really have a good time, just like I've been having. And I got something real special to do tonight. I got to introduce a good friend of mine. And his name is Neil Kolhoff.
Yay, Neil.
Neil, he was real nervous. He's real nervous and he's real worried because he said, you know, his reputation preceded him by facts. Well, you want to know what? We got a saying that if it isn't written, well, it isn't true, and you never saw it. It's real safe space here. So it's real safe for me to introduce you to IMC, Mr. Neil Kolhoff.
Good evening. My name is Neil Kolhoff. And I'm the former host of the Neil Kolhoff Rock Show, which was appearing on Manhattan Cable Channel J in Manhattan, New York, for 3-year period every third Wednesday from 3:45 to 3:49 a.m. The rock show is no longer on. If it was, I would not be able to be here tonight. But I am here, so you can safely assume I was kicked out of New York. My final band I had on, the Dutch band Hutcheson, whose climactic last performance on my show destroyed the offices and studios at Manhattan Cable Channel J. I'm here now to host Comedy Night after winding my way through various Battle of the Bands, Team Bikini Club Girl Contest, hosting jobs, etc. And now I am here to host a show for you. And I want to say one thing, which is that oftentimes comedy, if people go to see a comedy show at Ha-Ha's or Funny Club, and they think the best comic is the one who they laugh the loudest at and they spill their drink in their lap. But this isn't always true. Often the best comedy is preceded by something that would make you cry, almost, or tear up. These are what some of the best comedians do to you. And speaking of crying, I'd like to tell you our sponsor for tonight's show. Hold on one second. Sponsor for tonight's show is Pathos, the potato chips so salty you'll cry for water. Enjoy a Pathos in the intermission, and then the drinking fountains right down the hall. Our first performer at Comedy Night tonight, her name is Jackie Aune, and for those of you keeping a scorecard, her last name is spelled A-U-N-I, but as she told me backstage, in the crowded jam backstage areas, that it is pronounced as if ow, I hurt myself, knee, I hurt myself on my knee. So will you please welcome Jackie Aune.
How y'all doing?
Great.
All right. I've been asked to do a song called On Down the Line by Patty Loveless, so I'd like to do that for you now. Or in a minute.
Get up, get up.
Yeah.
Fill it, Rudy. Fill it, Rudy.
Take away my job.
It'll be $2.
And where to go?
Trying to make it live on. That's the bottom line. No, it ain't easy trying to stretch it into a dime. Sweating for the dollar.
The drummer missed his kid.
It was going so
One more, and I'm telling Union.
We need a new drummer.
Drummer's been drinking. More flexible drummer.
Trying to make it live on. That's the bottom line. No, it ain't easy trying to stretch it into a dime. Sweating for the dollar, working for the man. Half
Well, that was a bargain. You got a song and a half for the price of one song. In today's hip, fresh, young culture, often when there's a celebrity amongst the crowd, they say, we have blank in the house. Well, this is a commercially owned and rented property, so I would like to say, I just found this out, we have a celebrity in the commercially owned rented property. And that celebrity is Mr. Jack Nicholson. Jack, would you stand up, please? Hi, Jack.
Thank you, Neil. I heard you were in town. You know, I'm in town filming Hoffa, and I heard you were playing whenever I learned that my old pal Neil, help me out, Neil.
Kolhoff.
Yeah, whatever. I was in town. I always look him up.
Well, thank you, Jack. It's good to see you here filming the movies. You got an awful long hair. Was
Yes,
Hoffa long hair?
It's an implant. A lot of people think I'm like this normally, but I've only been like this since the implant.
Oh, I see. Well, I don't know if you would remember this, but one time I went to Los Angeles I went one time to visit my uncle there, and I was in a big high-rise buildings, and I was looking through a telescope that you pay a dime for, and I looked down on the street and I saw a guy who looked like you, and so I yelled, Jack Nicholson, and I waved, and you turned around and went, do you remember that?
Thank you, Neil.
Thank you, Jack. Glad you could make it. I don't know if Jack knows this, but our next performer, he is a good friend of Jack's. He was the former coach of the Los Angeles Lakers basketball team and is now the coach of the New York Knickerbockers. And he's, believe it or not, an accomplished country song stylist. So let's hear it for Pat Riley.
Okay.
Neil Kolhoff. Where did we get this guy?
He was kicked out of New York.
Story.
Yeah, well, we don't have time for it, obviously. Well, I'm going to do two songs tonight. One is a little more in with the theme of this evening. It has to do with how a lot of males view themselves. That's not funny.
Are you sure?
Wait a minute. Okay, and that's, well, many of you will probably recognize, and you can sing along if you like, because you may know the chorus to it. And the second one will be with the band. So the first one's by myself, and it's called "It's Hard to Be Humble." Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. I can't wait to look in the mirror, 'cause I get better looking each day. To know me is to love me. Yes, I must be a hell of a man. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble, but I'm doing the best that I can. It feels so good to sing this song. Well, I once had me a girlfriend. I guess she just couldn't compete with all these love-starved women who keep clamoring at my feet. I probably could get me another, but they're all in awe of me. Oh, who cares? I never get lonely, 'cause I treasure my own company. Oh, it's hard to be humble. That's when you're perfect in every way. I can't wait to look in the mirror. It looks so good, 'cause I get better looking each day. To know me is to love me. Well, I must be a hell of a man. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble, but I'm doing the best that I can. You guys are great. Well, I guess you could say I'm a loner, a cowboy all dressed up and proud. Oh, I could have lots of friends if I wanted, but I wouldn't stand out in the crowd. They tell me that I'm egotistical. Hell, I don't even know what that means. I guess it has something to do with the way that I fill out these skin-tight blue jeans. Whoa, Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. I can't wait to look in the mirror, 'cause I get better looking each day. To know me is to love me. Well, I must be a hell of a man. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble, but I'm doing the best that I can. We're doing the best that we can.
Excellent song. By the way, oh, 2 microphones is so good. Stereo. Yeah, I'd like to make just a personal announcement, since I do have the microphone. I'm on stage. Y'all are sitting out there. I'm going to get married. That's what I think too. Yeah. She's got red hair and blue eyes, and she's awful pretty. Her name's Mary Matron. She's sitting out there. You guys have a little bit of an idea what she has to put up with. So. Okay, the next song is a serious one. This is called Achy Breaky Heart. This is a real hot song on the country charts right now, so we hope we do it well. So. I have to cheat with my words. Okay.
I'll give you a count, and then we're in. Dracula on the wrong count. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You can tell the world you never was my girl. You can burn my clothes up when I'm gone. You can tell your friends just what a fool I've been, and laugh and joke about me on the phone. You can tell my arms go back into the farm. You can tell my feet to hit the floor. Oh, you can tell my lips and tell my fingertips they won't be reaching out for you no more. But don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, I just don't think you understand. And if you tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, he might blow up into this man. Oh. dog to bite my leg. Or tell your brother Cliff, whose fist can tell my lip, he never really liked me anyway. Or tell your Aunt Louise, tell everything you please, yourself already knows I'm not okay. Or you can tell my arm, go back into the farm, it might be walking out on me today. And don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, I just don't think you'd understand. And if you tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, he might have grow up and kill this man. Don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, I just don't think you'd understand. And if you tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, he might blow up and kill this man. Don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, I just don't think he'd understand. And if you tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, he might blow up and kill this man.
Thank you, Pat. If his team was as good as his music, the Bulls would not be champions now. I've been handed an announcement to read to you all. Next month, instead of Arts Alive, will be Arts Dead. A 9-hour-long show of limp, droning country rock music hosted by aging hipster Jerry Garcia. Wear your tie-dyed underpants to this hip Frisco fiasco. I'd like to now introduce the next performer. She is beautiful and lovely as well as talented. And the only other thing you could hope for is that she's right behind a curtain. Her name is Kate McClanaghan.
Hey, dude.
There you go.
Well, I'm not from here. I didn't always live here in Chicago. I don't know. I kind of lost my accent, but I grew up in Texas. And you know, it's kind of funny, but just about everybody I met here comes from someplace else. Have you noticed that? Not in Texas, though. Down there, you barely moved from the very spot you were born. Proud of that, too. In fact, Texans are awful proud to be exactly who they are. See, when I was a kid, I saw this as something of a challenge. I could be whoever I wanted to be. For a while there, when I was 10, I pictured myself the superhero type. Sporting a towel tied to the neck like a cape. It would blow in the wind behind me as I rode my bike down the street. It was a noble thing to aspire to until the day the towel got caught in the spokes and yanked me ass backward off my Tennessee bike. From there, I saw the rodeo as my calling. A rodeo clown is a daring profession, I thought. Putting life and limb head on in front of a charging bronco, clearing a safe getaway for some handsome cowboy. Week after week throughout my 11th year, I frequented every weekend event in the vicinity. But the Sunday before the 4th of July, all of us sporting brand new Stetsons on account of the parade that preceded the rodeo, my face painted up like the rodeo clown I aspired to be, I realized the rodeo clown ain't all it's cracked up to be. Well, see, that day my Aunt Sue, my Uncle Ned, and my Granny had just happened along with us all. Never would I have dreamed that day would crescendo into the flurry of sirens and blinking lights the way it did. See, out of nowhere, a charging bull blasted through the stands where I was sitting with my family. Poor Granny didn't see what hit her. Now, my Uncle Ned might have, but we'll never know for sure because all they found of him was what was left of his 10-gallon and a tin of chew. Yeah, well, after that, I flip-flopped around as to what I wanted to be. I wanted to be well, see, it's only been until recently that my father has truly gotten over the loss of the rest of our family. So I wanted to be after that I wanted to be a firefighter, an ambulance driver, a race car driver, a pool shark. Facing each new profession with the determination that it was the only thing I'd ever do for my whole entire life. I'm leaving a Quaker disasters behind me like the most real minefield person only by a glass of napalm. Well, I was about to give up. Consider myself a professional failure. When I started waiting tables at Suges Roadhouse down there. Now, Suges, my father was a top grill chef there, and he figured I could earn a little extra cash after school and on weekends from slinging hash. Now, Suges was about the only local attraction after the rodeo, and frankly, it hadn't always been called Suges. It's just that the letters T, E, and R fell off so long ago that the nickname just sort of fit after a while. And Skeeter, for whom the dinette was named, was so old that he just plain gave up on correcting everybody. But it was there at Suges, though, that I finally heard my calling. Now, waiting tables. Waiting tables was about as exciting to me at the age of 18 as being sentenced to a life imprisonment. My heart just wasn't in it. But I figured it was a profession that chose me instead of the other way around. So naturally, when something as glamorous as a Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue moving into our tiny confines for a week of shooting with Cheryl Teagues, needless to say, I was not alone in becoming awe-inspired by the entire operation. The chief photographer gravitated toward me directly upon his arrival. As if fate had stepped in and left his hand. I swear by the end of the week that man had more rolls of film with me all over the celluloid than the old cover girl herself. After a month I was in New York. After 2 I was in Paris. After that it was Rome and Milan and London. And after a few years I just sort of settled down here in Chicago as a layout editor for Playboy, but that's a whole nother story. My dad owns Suges now, but mostly on account of old Skeeter passing away. It's kind of funny the way things work out, isn't it? You know, sometimes, even now, just before I'm about to doze off to sleep, I picture myself at the rodeo. Saving the neck of some sweet cowboy just before some bucking bull's about to land on him. Thanks.
McClanaghan. Boy, she's been around the block, huh? Hey, now that's not what I meant. How you doing, Rudy? Rudy and I go way back to the years of Al's Steakhouse, the Gazebo Grill. The year was 1952. Neither Rudy and I were born yet, but we remember. Anyway, our next performers is already on stage, and it's not me, and it's not that bass over there, so I guess it is Rudy Lobo.
Yeah!
I'm having fun. Nah. This is a song soon to be done by the Rudy Band, which is soon to be the Rudy Band. I woke up this morning feeling fine. I felt like the world was my Valentine. I met a new girl in the neighborhood. Something tells me I'm into something good. She's kinda quiet but not too shy. I was thinking to myself, I could be her guy. She danced everything slowly and speed and the fast ones too. And someone tells me I'm into something good. We only talked for a minute or two and then we felt like I knew her. I don't know if you call this love, but she's everything I ever dreamt of. When I walked her home, she held my hand. She said to me, "You can be my man." She asked, did I want to come in, and I told her, yeah. Something tells me I'm into something. We only talked for a minute or two, and then we the whole night through. I don't know if you could call this love, but I do. It's nice. Woke up this morning feeling grand. Knew it wouldn't be a one-night stand, because she said, "Should we make this permanent?" I said, "We should." Now something tells me I'm into something good. Something tells me I'm into something good. Something tells me I'm in it good.
That's spelled L-O-B-O for those of you with the scorecards, as opposed to L-U-B-A. Well, did you hear on national television last night on the Pat Sajak Wheel of Fortune show, H. Ross Perot has challenged Dan Quayle to spell his last name correctly. I just made that one up. Every other single thing I say tonight is true. Our next performer is a multi-talented individualist, and he goes by the name of Ray Suges. Let's hear it for him.
Song I wrote, it's about a sexual adventure. Misadventure, more of an adventure. No, I don't think so. I was a willing victim in this case. She confessed up to me at the leather bar. She said, "I like your face, come to my place, it's not very far." I had expected a dungeon of pain, a full display of whips and chains, but the decor of her loft was even more bizarre. There were racks alright, but they were racks of bubbling test tubes. Giant electrodes, computers, and those things that go. She taped the fancy wires to my head, removed her clothes and motioned to her bed. She said, "It's alright, I'm a scientist of love, baby." She's just a rocket scientist. She's just a rocket scientist. She's just a rocket scientist of love. "If you don't mind my asking what you're trying to prove." Her reply was, "It's an experiment I've been thinking of. If there's a difference between sex and love, then kiss me, you fool." So I did, and we started to prove. At first I held back a little, just trying to be cool. But
I learned this chick new tricks that they don't teach in school. We made love 1,000 times, never did it the same way twice now. I just think of her, and then I start to drool. She's just a rocket scientist. She's just a rocket scientist. She's just a rocket scientist of love. She's just a rocket scientist, I say now. She's just a rocket scientist, I say now. She's just a rocket scientist of love. Take it, boy. Stranded on Earth, love just ain't enough. I got the chemistry if you got the nerve. We can get each other off. You wouldn't think a girl with a body so hot would have room for brains. Whoa, she got lots. Every night she takes me to the moon, and sometimes I think this woman can't be human. But like she said, she's a scientist of love, baby. She's just a rocket scientist. She's just a rocket scientist. She's just a rocket scientist of love. She's just a rocket scientist, I say now. She's just a rocket scientist, I say now. She's just a rocket scientist of love. She's just a rocket scientist, I say now. She's just a rocket scientist, I say now. She's just a rocket scientist of love. Love. Scientist. She's just a rocket scientist. She's just
Oh, and she had one of those plastic battery operated things that goes. Thank you.
He looks an awful lot like somebody's, but I can't figure it out. Maybe Jack Nicklaus, the golfer. You are a good audience. Give yourself a little round. You're behaving perfectly. There's only a few rules. I feel embarrassed even saying them, but as an audience, you kept them in so far, but just to make sure, number one, no coming up here and attacking me. And conditional rule 1A, if you don't attack me, I won't attack another way harm you. Rule number 2, have lots of fun tonight. I think that you're following these rules, so we'll continue now with our next performer. She's thrilling and funny and lovable, although you know her as Melanie Darro.
I think we've all had one experience together. I know half the audience, at least one. No, I just wanted to share some of my life's experiences with everybody because my life is not usual. You know? I thought I'd tell you some door-to-door soliciting stories because people love that I am a door-to-door solicitor for 12 years. It's a long time, very long. I mean, my day starts out driving somewhere like a million miles away. And, I've noticed, it's like, you know how people can have the rudest manners on the road? The rudest manners. I've been noticing this. People can, give the finger to anybody. They wouldn't do that at a grocery store. I mean, you wouldn't do that to somebody. Now, people are extra polite in a grocery store. If they touch your card, they go, sorry. It's like, you say, like, what underwear are you wearing? You just touched my card, don't worry about it, But basically, I'm one of these people, I always get caught giving the finger. I always get caught. I never could do it and get away with it, ever. I walked out, I was like Lake Cook Road, and it was like North Shore. I could feel it because they go so fast. They almost kill each other. They self-destruct when they get to the Deerfield Road. So I give this guy the finger, boom, and I went, it was a beautiful day out, and I went, why did they do that? Well, we stopped at Clady Road. And he looked out at me, and I looked at him, and I go, oh my God. And he goes, why did you do that? Why did you give me the finger? You didn't have to do that. And I go, you're right. I'm sorry. And he goes, come on, you don't have to. You're a nice girl. You don't have to do that. And I go, you're right. I was wrong. And he goes, yes. Okay, have a good day. See you later. Boom, Same thing. 2 weeks later, I'm driving down the street and going to Michael's hot dog stand. I mean, this place is packed. You know Michael's, right? We've been Michael's. Yeah, Michael's. The same thing. And I'm darting in the wrong way. And I'm adamant about getting this spot and this guy with his girlfriend in this, little Camaro or whatever it's called, He goes, you're doing something illegal. And I go, no, I'm not. You are very rude. And he goes, you are stupid. And he goes, in the thing, and I went, you're right. You're right. I was wrong. I went to a totally different restaurant. I was so embarrassed. I'm just not getting away with this stuff at all. So, half of my day, then I go, the no soliciting thing, half of, I always think they're no smoking signs. I keep telling people, this is what we have. They go, do you know we have a no soliciting sign? And I go, I thought it was no smoking, so I put my cigarette out. They go, that's not okay, Please don't call the cops, please. Or my contacts aren't in, I don't even wear contacts, and they go, well, put them in because we have a no soliciting sign on the door. Anyway, we do the same neighborhoods. I mean, half of the audience has done GLP. It's like one of these things that you get addicted to it and you do it and you crank it out every week, or you hate it so bad that you never want to. You have to handle it in session. It's like so turbulating. But I have the same area every year in Winnetka. This is like everybody wants to do Zengler's in Winnetka because you're supposed to make so much money. Okay, and Zengler's is like the best place in the North Shore to dry clean your clothes. I mean, they spit shine your buttons. I don't know what they do, but they do something right. So, and I know the people. On Sheridan Road, I get the most rich section of Sheridan Road because I demand it every year. I get it. Then there's a guy with sunflowers. He's got these huge sunflowers right in the middle of Tower Road. I mean, everything is real, cool in the background, and there he's got his sunflowers right there. And he sees me every year and he goes, Melanie, I'm a family word now. They know me. They know my parents. They know the whole thing. They think I'm a kid from college. I pretend I am. They go. The guy goes, I haven't seen you in a year. In 1 year, sir. And I'm back. And he goes, you know where to go? And I go, the back door. Back door. Okay, I'll go to the back door. I go to the back door. And I pop in the back door, just walk in the kitchen, like I'm, going to have something to eat, fix myself a sandwich. And there's his wife, the same desk. It's you, Melanie, again. Herbert, how did she get here? I walked in the back door like Herbert told me. It's up to you. They always do this. Husband and wife do this thing. It's up to you. No, it's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to somebody. Buy it. It's only $30. You're not buying car insurance. You know? And the guy goes, oh, should we buy another one of these, Anne? We always do. She makes us buy it every year. Last year we threw you out and we felt so guilty. And I go, you should. You should. You really should feel guilty. That's why you should buy one. Again. Because we have 5 of these books in our drawer. And I go, it's not my problem. It is not my problem that you don't use this great savings that I keep trying to tell you about. So anyway, they go, okay, God, it's so great to see you, and it's always goodbye, kiss, 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 goodbye. You know? And every year I get to do this one neighborhood. It's on the top of a ravine. In fact, Lisa Melmquist's father used to live on the top of the ravine, way at like the king of the mountain. I used to make him buy one because I was friends with his daughter. Anyway, so then there's this dangerous little ravine back way, and I used to never want to confront it, and it took me 2 years to confront this little nook back by the lake. And I go back by the lake, and there, you know, it's getting dark, and it is very spooky. I could be killed by a Doberman. It doesn't, you know, and I never think about it, because if I did, I would probably think it would jump right out and just nail me right there. Anyway, so I go to this door, and I have finally approached this one door, okay? And sure enough, I thought it was the boogeyman. It had to have been, this man shuffles up the door. It was just like my imagination. I knew it was going to be this way. And he looks like Lurch. And I go, it is Lurch. It is, I knew it. And he goes, oh, hi, Melanie. I always enjoy seeing you. He's a pathologist. He's a forensic pathologist. And I met him the year before, and he goes, I go, how's the business? And he goes, it's fine, come on in. You always sucker me into this every year. Anyway, his wife's, I didn't know he was married. The whole house has plastic all over everything. Because he's got to sterilize things. The man probably does, you know? And his wife's on the phone, she goes, Marge, I'll be at the closing next week, and she's like my Aunt Gracie. It's the weirdest contrast. I thought, you know, he's going to be married to a Mrs. Lurch, you know, another shuffling woman or something. No, he's married to somebody normal. And she's going, why do you always buy these, Henry? Every damn year you buy the book, and I never use it. He goes, because I like Melanie. I go, that's really sweet, you know? And she goes, but we're not going to buy it this year. We got 5 of them in the drawer. So I go, and where'd you two meet? You know, the most unlikely. I go, did you meet at a party or something? You know, a morgue? I don't know. She goes, oh, we met through some friends, you know, so we had a good time. Anyway, so at the end of my travels, you know, I finally get the whole thing down, you know, and the whole neighborhood's it's over, and you know, at the end of the street, the dog. I'm at this door, and the dog comes in. Walk 10 miles down the driveway, and there's this huge German Shepherd, the nightmare of my dreams, you know, and I jump into the bushes. I just head first into the bushes, and the lady comes out, and I'm covered with something, you know, and the dog's smiling. He's like, he got me, he totally interpolated me, that was it. And she goes, how many do I have to buy of those that you have? And she goes, I don't know, 2. Thank you very much.
Our next performers were once years ago professionally known as the Bravo Family Singers. Now they're here for you with the real name, Lynn, Carole, and Steve Eddington. Let's hear it for them.
Does he love
if it really is. It's there in his kiss. How about the way he acts? Oh no, that's not the way. And you're not listening to what I say. You wanna know if he loves you so, it's in his kiss. That's where it is. Whoa, whoa, it's in his kiss. That's where it is. I said it's in his kiss. It's in his kiss. If you wanna know if he loves you so, it's in his kiss. That's where it is.
Have you been eating garlic?
I was going to ask you that. Thank you.
Terrific, huh? Well, the congratulations on our comedy night just keep rolling in. The rapper Hammer couldn't make it here tonight, but he sent a memento which will hang on a wall. And that's from Hammer right there. Now, my good friend Bob Hutcheson wanted me to say to you that there's a whole table full of half price of books and tapes in the bookstore down the hall. Available for you at the break time, which is right now. It's a 15-minute break. There's refreshments in the back, the book table in the bookstore. Enjoy yourself. We'll flash the lights and tell you when it's time to come back.
Souvenirs here.
I gotta get rid of it. Are you enjoying it? Great. Don't do it. No. Yeah, it's cool and pleasant. I got it. Oh my God. I was looking at Ariel and some of the sexual songs. Got it all, yeah, blink.
They're more sophisticated than you think.
Yeah, I know. Thank you.
Turn those lights off back there. We're starting the show right now. You can't gouge any more money out of those people. Okay. Get settled.
Settle down.
Everyone find a seat. Let's get those lights off back there.
She's giving her money.
Thank you. All right, everybody, would you please take a deep breath? Now blow it out. Thanks, it was hot up here. Okay, I hope you haven't busted a gut yet, because you surely will in this half of the show. We've saved the best for last, and to start the best and the last, here is Steve and Rudy.
We're going to have a commercial interruption before we even start.
Menkhaus?
Many years ago, when Neil Young was between gigs, he did some commercial work. These commercials aired on cable channel J. Just the audio portion. Neil got behind one of his favorite products, Tiny Bowl. There is a little boat in my commode. The little captain stands inside. It freaks me out, but I still need a place to go. But I'm afraid to raise the tide. Blue, blue water inside my tank. Lemon smell on the rise. No more scrubbing, no more rooter man. No more ammonia in our eyes. 'Cause we use tidy, tidy, tidy bowl. Tidy, tidy, tidy bowl. Tidy, tidy, tidy bowl. Thank you, Neil. This is the Eagles with their famous commercial for McDonald's. Well, I was traveling down the road trying to loosen my load. I had the golden marches on my mind. Over 40 trillion sold, that's more than I could hold. One Big Mac would do me fine, but make it greasy, make it greasy. Don't let those pebbles in your burger make you queasy. I will order for the band, 'cause they're all sleeping in the van. Just put those burgers in my hand, but make them greasy. We'll make them greasy. When you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always go downtown. If you can't go and your whole family's on dope, well, you can always go downtown. Well, your accountant just told you that you've lost all your holdings. You'll be in jail all next week, you'll really need a scolding. Life is a drag, you'll never get what you plan. You'll lose whenever you try. You won't be a man when you're downtown. Your programs will glitch when you're downtown. You're digging a ditch when you're downtown. You son of a downtown. Your eyeballs will itch when you're downtown. You won't find your niche when you're downtown. You can't sing on pitch when you're downtown. You'll never get rich when you're downtown. You'll always have zips when you're downtown. You'll marry a witch when you're downtown. Your neighbors will snitch when you're downtown. There's always a hitch when you're downtown. You won't find you'll switch when you're downtown. This is the end of our song.
They're terrific, aren't they? Well, did you hear about the new ride at Great America, the Batman roller coasters? Yeah, what happens is you ride on it and you get hooked into this thing and it takes you off, and your feet are off the ground. There ain't no bottom of the car or nothing, and it does whirly whirls, and it gets in and out of the Bat Cave and out again and all over Gotham cities. And they had to close the ride down yesterday. You know why?
Why?
Because there was this 14-year-old boy, and he had set it up so when the ride got in the Bat Cave, he could jump out, and he jumped out. And security looked around, and it took him 2 hours to find him in the labyrinth of the multi-million-dollar ride. And it ended up that he had jumped off the ride in order to find the Batwoman, Michelle Pfeiffer. And the boy was quoted as saying, "I did it because she is perfect." Thank you very much. Our next performer is a superstar of talent. What a lady, what a friend. She's my wife, Rachel Hutcheson.
Do you guys know who Sophie Tucker is?
No. Yeah.
Okay, this is a song that Sophie Tucker actually did that Rudy and I modernized. According to the columnist, a rumor somehow still persists that a certain gentleman and I have named a date which I must deny. He's rich and handsome and gallant, and everything a gal could want. But I've learned my lesson, and anyhow, I like the way I'm living now. Cause I'm a one-ticket gal, free as a breeze. I go where I like, I do as I please. When I lock up my apartment, I've got all the keys. I'm living alone, and I like it. If I want to play gin, I stay up and I play gin. I come home when I want to, and when I walk in, there's nobody growling at me, where the hell have you been? I'm living alone, and I like it. I'm a single bed, one pillow mama, and there's no papa, sober or stewed, who comes home late to shake me, or nudge me and wake me to get up and make whoopee when I'm not in the mood. If I want to have some fun, if I get bothered and hot, I call up one of those tall, dark, young handsomes that I've got. So it costs me a 20 or a 50, so what? I'm living alone, and I like it. No man pays for my dresses or buys my minks. If I get a new hat trimmed with rosies and pinks, there's no darling husband yelling at me, take it off, it stinks. I buy it, I wear it, and I like it. If I should go out riding with some nice young man and he makes a pass, I don't have to say yes, I don't have to take any of his sass. The car belongs to me, I'm paying for the gas. He can get right out of the car if he don't like it. If my gentleman friend comes over to my house for dinner, and it's very late when we've finished with the wine, if in the morning I make him his eggs and his bacon, it ain't nobody's business but mine. As you already know, I've had 3 matrimonial wrecks, and there's not gonna be any 4th Mr. X. And I'll have you know I won't sign any more alimony checks. I'm living alone, and I like it.
I wonder if she needs a roommate. Our next performer is Mr. Dr. Augustberg D. Boogervelt senior, the third and a half and some. Let's give him a hand.
Hi there, everybody. I want to recite a little poem for you called Weather. It goes like, well, I gotta get into it first. Stay there. The weather. It's everywhere. It's getting on my body. It's air molecules getting all over the place. Oh, and there's wind. It's doing things like that, and it's moving, and trees are saying, "Okay, we can do it too." And the clouds are saying, "Hey, we're up here doing it, everybody else is down there." And there's, it's going around in circles. Oh, and there's rain driplets dripping out of the sky, and they're coming down on my noggin. Boing, boing. Hitting my body, and I'm trying to duck them, but they're a lot quicker than I am. And oh my, it's coming into town. It's a twister. And it's hitting the Dairy Queen. I can see the Dairy Queen over there, and it went. And there's brazier food flying all through the air, and these straws are going into trees. Notice one goes into a tire over there. That looks cool. And this tornado just throws things to pieces and everything. And the lightning's going on. And it's going off, and it's going on, and it's going on. And it's telling the lights, it's telling the street lights to shut up. And they did. And now it's dark, and I can't see anything. Oh, excuse me. This wasn't that bad. I'm running through the darkness, and I'm running. It looks like I'm dancing, actually. But I was running, and I was going fast, and I couldn't see where I was going. I told you it was dark. And I was going that way. That was towards the front. I could go towards the back, then I couldn't see either way, really. But then I hit something on I think it was on the ground. I don't know, it was dark, I told you. And I went flying through the air, whoa, with the greatest of ease, for about a tenth of a second. Then I hit the ground. I think it was the ground. I think so. It was kind of dark. I told you that before. And I roll over, and these cars are flying this way, and these trucks are flying that way, and this thing's flying over. It was like kids throwing Matchbox cars. Here, take a Porsche. How dare you throw a Spornfort's car at me? Things, yes, keep your diction correct there. And things flying around this way and that way, and all of a sudden, boop, I woke up, and I was laying in bed, and I rolled over a couple times. I said, I think I'm getting out of the wrong side of the bed today. The top. And I looked out at the stars in the sky, and two things occurred to me. The first one, because I have to do them in order, I can't tell you both simultaneously. The first one was, a person can scare the devil out of himself, scare the devil in themselves, with nobody else helping them or nothing else, just all by themselves, just sort of like that, you get the idea. And the second thing I realized was, That's where my roof used to be. Thank you.
That was Dr. Boogerville with his statement for clean living. Our next performer is a woman who has has anyone here by a show of hands had a bad day? 2, 3. Wow, what a happy group. Our next performer, you gotta give her a break. She's had a horrendous, awful, incredibly awful, hideous day. And she's here to tell you about it. Let's give her a hand.
I am going to cry. The house is filthy. Why? I cleaned it only last night. Loves me washing too, and I'm feeling blue. I look like a mess, I'm a sight. There's dust and there's dirt everywhere. I'm starting to feel it's unfair. The dishes and the diapers, the piles of handy wipers. I need a little help or I will go insane. Martini on the rocks would surely ease the pain. Now Mary's punching little Bill. The baby's phoned my diet pill. I'm a housewife, yes, that's me, going crazy. Wait and see, I am going to suddenly have a breakdown. I'm a housewife, yes, that's me, going crazy. Wait and see. I'm slowly going off the edge. Mary's fighting Bill. John is hitting Phil. I'm in the midst of a war. Someone screams, I yell. I must be in hell. I know I can't last too much more. The phone's ringing off of the wall. The kids running down through the hall. The screaming and the hollers. The rings around the collars. Oh, those dirty rings. I've tried bleaching sprays and powders, but nothing helps. I need a little help or I will lose my mind. A little bit of Valium would be sublime. Now John is giving Phil a slug. The dog is peeing on the rug. I'm a housewife, yes, that's me, going crazy. Wait and see, I am going to suddenly have a breakdown. I'm a housewife, yes, that's me, going crazy. Wait and see.
Got a news flash for you. Dateline, Rio de Janeiro. President's motorcade, in a rush to leave their summit, drove across the Brazilian presidential palace lawn to avoid the international press, crushing the only 2 known remaining bula bula flowers on the planet. Has everyone noticed my beautiful pin I have on?
Yeah.
Does anybody know where I got it?
Yeah.
One said yes, a few said no. Well, I'll tell the no's. I got this pin, I bought it actually, from a young artist who favors arts alive named Lynn Eddington. And she has a craft bazaar that'll be upcoming. And I support her, the making of her pins, etc. And now I would like to show you a trick I learned when I was traveling with the carnivals. Who wants to see me jump as high as I can? Okay, here we go. I'm not as good as in the carnival days. Our next performers, you've seen her already tonight, and here she is yet again, and her name is Kate McClanaghan.
I'm looking for my girlfriend Carole. We came to this party together. I had to get a cup of coffee. I left her at the hors d'oeuvres with this big Italian man. And then I went to the bathroom and I came back and it were gone. And
Can you sign it?
I need a roommate. I need a roommate fast. I've been living with my parents for the last 2 months. I'm 34 years old. My parents are retired now, so kicking back and taking in the Wheel of Fortune is a mainstay in the entertainment diet. I used to think my parents were rather fascinating people. Well-read, world-traveled. But no, they only leave the house to go to Red Lobster on Friday nights. You see, my husband left me 2 months ago. Jeff works for Hoying Curtis. He was sent to Zaire for 2 weeks to make way for a new manufacturing plant. Actually, it was Bujumbura, the capital of Burundi, near Zaire. He was supposed to be there for 2 weeks. I didn't see him for a month. When he finally did come home, when he finally came home, he informed me he was in love with someone else. See, according to Jeff, he hit his head and wandered aimlessly for days. When he came to, he found himself in a small village. That's where he met her. This 55-year-old pygmy with 12 kids. She's not even 4 feet high. But he's in love with her. He invited me to the wedding. I'm not going. I mean, what would I get him? Her, them, shit. anyway. What?
Well, that wasn't enough.
Yeah, I know. So if all that wasn't enough, he moved in our beautiful apartment on Printers Row. Oh, gorgeous place. 14-foot ceilings, gorgeous woodworking, one of those little Euro kitchens. Roof access with a lovely view of the city. Should have had kids. If we had kids, he never would made me give up the apartment. I'm 34 years old. Now I'm living with my parents out in Wheeling. And I'm surrounded by this horrible French colonial crap that's covered in plastic. You know about this. Now see, the plastic is a new addition. My mother is afraid my cat might sit on her ugly couch. My father isn't even allowed to sit on the couch. Don't get me wrong. My parents are wonderful for taking me in, but they're driving me nuts, you know. I'm 34 years old. I had a life up until now. I want my old life back. So, I've jotted down a few things as to what I would like in a roommate. Bear with me. Excuse me. Oh, I'm a smoker. So I don't want anybody to get on my case about that. Right now, my mother follows me from room to room with a can of Lysol. Makes me want to smoke all the more. In fact, lately, I've been kind of a chain smoker. I mean, why wouldn't I be? My husband's living in my beautiful apartment with the 55-year-old pygmy he dumped me for. Oh, I would prefer someone who is closer to my age. Say within a year or two. Did I happen to mention I'm 34 years old? I did? Good. Someone who's been through similar experiences as myself. Well, someone who's a good listener. Possible. Oh yeah, no allergies. Well, that drive me nuts. You want to shoot them, put them out of their misery. Oh yeah, and I gotta be honest, I have been known to walk in my sleep. Just sort of a quirky thing with me, but it's perfectly harmless, but there it is. So if you happen to know somebody who is between the ages of 33 and 35, who smokes, doesn't have allergies, and has been jolted by her husband after 9 years of marriage by a foreigner, doesn't have to be a pygmy. I would really like to discuss some sort of living arrangement. Tomorrow is not soon enough for me. I gotta pee.
Great McClanaghan. It's nice for a change with all the bad news in the world to see someone whose life is just going great. Our next performers, this is the second or third time they're to grace our stage tonight. Oh wait, no it's not, I'm sorry. The next performers you have not seen before. And they are newcomers to Arts Alive and Comedy Night. And their names are George and Pearl Ann. Let's give them a hand.
It bust. Oh, it's good.
That's a problem.
Okay.
We would like to do one of our favorite songs for you. It's dear to our heart. It's a lullaby. And we sing it to our youngins every night. I'll start.
What key would you like to do this in, Pearl Ann?
George, I told you not to get technical.
This is a love song.
I just said it was a lullaby. You never understood the words.
It's a lullaby of love.
Okay, I said I'd start. My baby done left me. My baby done went to the drive-in movies with someone else. And I feel like homemade. You're the lady. What's the next part?
I thought I was taking the solo there.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I took it already.
I told you we should have practiced first. I'm sitting in the tree just holding my hand. My heart is pounding like 16 virgins. It's dogs.
I always thought virgins was better there.
What's going on in your mind? Now I don't know where I'm in the song. Oh, we have a Claire Dean part.
Oh, okay.
1, 2, 3. Claire Dean. Oh,
We come in on 4.
sorry. Count.
Clear.
You didn't count. How do I know where 4 is?
You better watch out, I'll take another solo.
I'm not clairvoyant, you know. 1, 2, 3, 4. Claire Dune, Claire Dune, I'm kicking up sparks for you. Claire Dune, Claire Dune, come back, come back. 'Cause I feel like homemade shit. I feel like homemade shit. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, do you all remember about 5 years ago when there was that horrible plane crash and the 10 girl models from Playboy who were on the way to Antarctica for the Girls of the North Pole photo shoot? Their plane went down and went missing and was never found. Well, good news, just over the wire today. The girls turned up in Cold Bottom Falls, Saskatchewan with 10 Eskimo men husbands and a bevy, a literal horde of children. And one of the Eskimo men was said to have said, "With this big new tribe, we are still Eskimos, but we are looking fine now." Our next performers. She is the last performers of the evening. This is our grand finale. After this performer, you'll eventually have to leave this place. She's a very shy girl. I want you to encourage her greatly. She's a folk singer, and this is one of her first time performings. Very shy, very sensitive songs. So let's be gentle, but at the same time encouraging, a sort of gentle yet encouraging applause, please, for Marian Bondurant.
Technical.
You broke my heart because I couldn't dance. You didn't even want me around. But now I'm back to let you know. Whoa. I can really shake 'em down. Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Now that I can dance. Let me know. Work it on me. Oh, you're driving me crazy. A little bit of soul now. I can mash potatoes. I can do the twist. Well, tell me, baby. Do you like it like that? Do you like it like this? Tell me. Tell me. Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Now that I can dance. Let me know. Hey, run. Oh, shake it up, shake it up. Shake it now. Oh, a little bit of soul now. Oh, a little bit, baby. Well, you're driving me crazy. Don't need, baby. I can mash potatoes. I can do the twist. Oh, tell me, baby. Tell me, baby. Do you like it like that? Do you like it like this? Tell me.
Little Minnesota. Oh, mashed potatoes. Oh, you drive me crazy. Don't get a laser. Hey!
You were very kind. With the right sort of non-evaluative atmosphere of Arts Alive, she get over her shyness. Listen, I want to thank you for coming tonight. You've been a great audience. We should have a comedy night real soon again, don't you think?
Yeah!
All right. Give yourselves a hand. Good night.
Thank you.
I'm getting him done this week. This rest of how to do it.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. I'll help you. Thought of something.
Was that your first performance?
It was my birth performance. Yes.
No. I said, was it your first performance?
Brilliant. You got great.
It wasn't the second. It might have been the third.
I got a boogie.
I was proud of it.
Oh, we all enjoyed it very much. It was, I know it cleared up my head a lot.
It did. It kind of did something with my sinuses too, you know. Right in this area, right around here.
Yeah, but I do.
Oh. It's still happening.
I think maybe you'd better sit down for a while.
Anyway, that
A couple of years maybe.
Well, that might help. It might.
I try standing sometimes and sitting other times. I try to mix it up. Once in a while I walk, I move around, I'm consuming things into my body. I try to keep it, mix and match things.
You eat and walk at the same time?
No, I don't want to get confused. See?
I was going to warn you against that, yeah.
So you ever hear this thing where you can pat your head up here?
And you hold your nose
and somebody hold your nose.
And then the water comes squirting. It's alive.
It keeps on beating.
Oh, who's laughing? Another funny man. You should have been up there. You funny guy.
Yeah, we haven't played yet, but we're gonna rehearse Thursday. We've got our first gig July 18th. Lots of good money. So it's like the kickoff, the send-off, the debut. You call it Rudy's band? No, the Rudy band. The Rudy band.
Excuse me. How did you like the comedy night?
I thought there was a wealth of talent in this room, and I enjoyed it.
Basically,